And we are back for the second part of Game Week 20 after a weekend where I actually did really well. So make sure you check out my predictions from last video because almost every single game I got the correct result. And in, I think, 5 out of the 10 games, I was 1 goal off the correct score. So a much better weekend for me in that regard. Just a shame I got the Arsenal-Tottenham one wrong from a predictions perspective and from a result perspective, because obviously as a United fan, I wanted Arsenal to drop points in that one. So for today's video, I'm just going to go through the 2 games that are going to be played at the back end of Game Week 20, the game that are being played tonight and the game that is going to be played tomorrow night. So let's just get straight into it because we'll have more predictions over the course of the coming days for next game week. So we start with tonight's game. It is Crystal Palace up against Manchester United, and from what I've seen of these two clubs over the last few weeks, obviously I am a Manchester United fan, as I've just said, so no surprises to see where my prediction is going to go. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for United. I don't think this is going to be an easy game, but we have a relatively good record at Crystal Palace. They seem to do better when they come to Old Trafford than what we do when we go there. It's a very, very weird setup when we play Crystal Palace, but we tend to do well away from home at Crystal Palace. But I don't think it's going to be easy. If it's me personally, I wouldn't be playing Casemiro in this game. He's 1 yellow card away from being suspended from the Arsenal game, and I don't think that's a risk worth taking. So potentially he might not play, which would make it a lot harder for us to keep a clean sheet. But given how Crystal Palace have been playing over the last few weeks, getting beat 4-0 at home by Tottenham, then losing away without scoring against Chelsea as well, I think there's a good opportunity for United to get the clean sheet tonight. And going the other way, I think if Rashford starts up front, which is the rumours, or potentially Weghorst starts up front as well, I'm very interested to see how he would play. I think we take this one relatively comfortably. So I'm going to go for 2-0. Maybe slightly arrogant, but when you've won 9 games in a row, I think you have the right to say that we're going to beat Crystal Palace 2-0 away from home. And then for tomorrow's game, it is Man City against Tottenham. And again, based on current form, I'm just going to be boring and say it's going to be a 3-1 win for Man City. I always like to try and throw a couple of predictions into these videos, but I think these are 2 pretty simple games to call. You look at how Tottenham played against Arsenal, and quite frankly, they didn't deserve anything out of that game at all. And even though Manchester City weren't at their best against Manchester United, they were certainly a level above how Tottenham played against Arsenal. So unless Tottenham pulls something drastic out of it, I just don't see this being anything other than a Man City win. I've gone for 3-1. I think Tottenham's defending was all over the place, and a team like Man City will just naturally score goals against a team that's defending that poorly. That said, Manchester City's defence wasn't the best against Manchester United either, which is why I've then given Tottenham the goal. So I'm going to go for 3-1. As always, let me know down in the comments what you think of my predictions and what you think is going to happen in today and tomorrow's fixtures. Thank you very, very much for watching. As always, I will be back probably Friday morning for the next predictions video. Thank you very much for watching.